Have you ever watched a movie and said to yourself, wow, this is so amazing. The main character is doing literally nothing. Wow, this is so interesting. Everything is going perfectly and nothing ever goes wrong. There is no bad guys, there is no struggle, there is no down. There is only up. Have you ever watched a movie like that? And have you ever thought to yourself, wow, this is how it should be? Of course not. Because a part of a good story is struggle. A part of a good story is challenges and growth and even failure. So every good movie that you can name has the hero's journey. You have to have the fall and then you can have the big rise up. And so what if your life was a movie? I mean, in a way it is. And well, who's the main character? I mean, think about it. Who else could it be except you? I mean, there's a reason why you see the world through those two eyes of yours. It's not a coincidence. You see, when you see the world through those two eyes, doesn't that kind of prove that you're the main character? I mean, why would you see the world through the eyes of someone else than the main character? And if you see the world through exactly those two eyes, then surely you must be the main character. Perfect logic, The same way that sun shines into my eyes, my mortal enemy. It makes me realize that I am the main character of my life and you are the main character of your life. And so do some main character stuff. Stop sitting around and doing nothing and make your movie interesting. There is no story to tell without struggle. There is no story to tell without pain and suffering and failure and all the things that you want to avoid. I mean, once again, can you name a single movie that you enjoyed that wow, everything is so perfect and nothing ever goes wrong? How amazing. Do you want that to be your life? Shouldn't you want your life to be horrible and bad and have the struggles and the climb up and it be hard and difficult and everything go crashing down and the plan fails and everything is horribly wrong? Isn't that exactly what you want? Because that's exactly what makes your life worth seeing through. The movie called Your Life will be worth watching. You will actually want to see through the whole way because there is ups and downs, there is interesting stuff, so start doing something. Be the main character because that's who you are. You are the main character of your life and so start acting like it. Start doing the stuff that a main character would do. I mean, the main character of a good movie doesn't probably sit around and do nothing. They probably don't sit around and scroll social media all day. Oh, it's such an interesting movie. Oh, look, the main character is looking at my social media again. And it's, well, everyone of you understands that there is no better thing to do with this life than make it a good movie or a good game or whatever you want to call it. There's not anything better to do than to make it interesting. I mean, you got one shot to make it the most interesting thing in the history of humanity. And only with it being interesting will you ever be remembered. I mean, not a single person in history can be remembered for being average, for being mediocre, for doing what everyone else does, for never taking any risks and never doing anything out of the ordinary and never taking a chance on anything and never doing anything worthwhile. I mean, every person that you can name in history, think about it. You can even try this out now. Take a piece of paper, take a pen, write out every person that you can name from history. And then you can one by one go through the list of every person you could name in history. Every single one of them was exceptional in some way. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to name them. And so if you want to be named, if you want your movie, your story to be told to others, to be passed on in history, written in the history books, then you have to do something exceptional. And that usually means hard and difficult. Because most people want easy and, safe and, I would like to scroll social media. I would like to just watch a movie. But not the movie of your life. I mean, think about it. There's so many people who are like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend to go watch this movie. Oh man, it's Halloween. As I'm recording this, so it won't be uploaded on Halloween. But Halloween will have passed, but you don't have to worry about that. But you can think about next year. Next year, people will be, oh, it's Halloween, I need to go watch, let's go watch a marathon of all these horror movies. Why don't you watch a marathon of your life? Of the movie of your life? Why don't you watch something worthwhile? Why don't you make something of your life worth watching? Think about that. Maybe you don't have to watch all these movies if you just make your life interesting enough. If you do the cool stuff in real life, you don't have to watch people doing cool stuff in movies or in video games. Think about that. I mean, you can go and watch a movie, or you can create a reality within your own life, and that is exactly what you should do. People want to be like, oh, I watched this movie and I relate to this character so much. Then why don't you do the stuff that they do? You watch a movie and James Bond. Well, why don't you become James Bond? Become an agent, literally. I mean, you could literally go and become a spy and go around and doing cool stuff. And someone would say, well, being a spy in real life ain't the same as James Bond. Well, make it be. Why don't you just make it be? Literally, go around and make the reality of James Bond or Indiana Jones or whoever. You have this one opportunity, this one life to go and do anything that you could, anything that you want, to make this the best movie in history of humanity. You can literally make this the best movie in history of humanity, this one life of yours. And you're saying, no, don't do that. Be the main character. Do some main character stuff. Go Super Saiyan or something. Achieve your dreams. Because that is what you should do. So go out there. Chase your dreams. Stay disciplined. And have an amazing day. Because you're the main character. Remember that.